UT head coach Shaka Smart showed his team the legendary fight between Mickey Ward and Arturo Gotti last night to prepare them for today's game. And it seemed to work because the Horns put up a fight of their own, taking down number 20 West Virginia 87-79 in overtime here at the Irwin Center. It all comes down to Friday with one of the most anticipated matchups here at the Dell Technologies Match Play. The last time Jordan Spieth played Patrick Reed, they were partners in the Ryder Cup, so Spieth knows what he needs to do in order to beat Reed. Despite near freezing temperatures, the Longhorns take down the Lamar Cardinals 7-2 tonight. They head into this weekend with some momentum as they take on the LSU Tigers for the first time since 2009 in the College World Series Championships. The students here at UT wanted to have their own impact and help Andrew Jones in his fight against leukemia. So at today's game against OU, you can buy one of these wristbands and help support the cause.
We need to take 2 out of the 3. If not, hopefully, if we're playing well, we could sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if I think we have the chance to do something like that if everything comes together.
Cody Clemens headed into the weekend in Norman with confidence. Texas is 21-5 at OU since 1998, and the Horns swept in 2010, 2012, and 2014. They could add another sweep to the list today after 2 comeback wins to open up this weekend. Blair Henley's on the mound for the Horns as they try to get their 4th sweep this season. Bottom of the 2nd, OU jumps on top with Cade Cavalli single to left to run Briley Ware in. It's 1-0 OU. Bottom 3, Ware gets to Blair. His base hit scores Kyler Murray and Steele Walker. Texas threatens a 3rd comeback. The Horns load the bases for Jake McKenzie, but he strikes out and ends the ball game. It was a huge weekend in Norman nonetheless. Texas takes the series despite today's 6-0 loss. Both Oklahoma and Oklahoma State are percentage points ahead of Texas for first place in the Big 12. But the Horns have 2 more wins than anyone in the league. Texas heads to Morgantown next weekend to take on West Virginia in their next Big 12 series. Forget going 0-4 today, Cody Clemens is still destroying the ball. He's batting .369, leading the team, and is 3rd in the league. Last night, he was 4 for 4 with a double and homer in the comeback win. He's getting this Texas offense going, and David Pierce is loving it.
The kid is unbelievable because he has so much confidence in himself and he feels like he can conquer the world when he's in the batter's box. And that's a great feeling as a hitter. His numbers say continue the pace and he'll be an All-American.
Almost a third of the Lincoln, Nebraska population will be at the Huskers spring game on Saturday. More than 80,000 people, the Huskers' largest number in spring game history. This Saturday, the Horns also have their spring game, but it's safe to say Austinites have much more to do here than watch a scrimmage on a Saturday night. Even though he led the team in receiving yards, wide receiver Colin Johnson did so with just 765 and 2 touchdowns. Texas definitely needs more from him to turn the offense around, and Johnson wants more from himself this year as well.
It's not the coach's job to tell you how good you are, and this is something I've really been thinking about. It's their job to get you better. It's not their job to even just be your best friend. They just want to get you better, and they care about you, and they say it from the bottom of their heart. But if he wants me to be more consistent, that's something I got to focus on and improve on.
Almost 50,000 showed up to see Jimbo Fisher's first product at Kyle Field, breaking school records for spring game attendance. Fisher is happy the fans showed and are on board, but the offense that showed up yesterday got him even more excited. The QB1 battle was in full force yesterday. Kellen Mond threw 3 touchdowns, but Nick Starkel definitely stood out. He threw for 373 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to spring MVP Jay Sternberger. Fisher noted they aren't at the point where they can name a starter, but his first Aggie spring ball was definitely an all-around success.
Like I say, spring is over. I like the progress we made as far as just understanding how we wanted to compete, deal with adversity, deal with success, and play in a game. And I think you saw that probably the second half of this game. When you get the kids, like you say, you go out there and you make a play with the lights on, scoreboards on, people are cheering. You can't simulate that any other way. And I was very happy.
That's it for sports. CBS Austin News is back after this. At Lanier High School, nothing comes easy.
Brunberg Lane is not the easiest place to grow up, and you're going to need to be tough, particularly moving forward.
So far this year, the team has already been moving forward and are looking to have their best season since the 1980s.
People think of Lanier just like pushover, but we work hard every single day to make everybody like believers.
Heart over height. We're all small, but we play our hearts out.
About 3 games into the season, the coaches got some inspiration from the University of Miami football team.
Watching college football and seeing Miami with that turnover chain, and I was talking to Coach Beeman and Coach Ortiz, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool, that turnover chain. We were talking about a wrestling belt, and we're both Ric Flair fans, so we incorporate some of that with it.
So here's how it works. After each Viking victory, the toughest player of the game is given this Viking belt by the previous week's winner. This new post-game tradition has strengthened the team's chemistry and, of course, has added a little bit of flair.
He was limousine riding, jet flying. He was a kiss-stealing, wheeling-dealing son of a gun. Of course, as coaches, we're going to try to constantly build the guys up, but when you hear it from your peers of this is why you're important to our team, this is what you did, I think it's special.
Now I want the belt every week because you want to be the toughest player on the court and you want to fight and compete. So everybody, like that's what I like about this belt. Everybody tries to compete to get it.
But the team is competing for more than just the belt. They want something the school hasn't had in 30 years, a district title.
We had the same goal since middle school, coming into high school. We all stuck together, and it'd be big knowing that we made history together.
The number one thing for the kids throughout life is that grit or toughness to determine success. So Viking Tough kind of defines our program.
The Vikings hope that toughness helps them go far this postseason. Talia Hill, CBS Austin Sports.